I'm Haley Vancura with Jen's Children's Charities Golf Open, and I am here with Candy, and we are benefiting Metro Hope Ministries Healing House. And so Candy's going to tell us a little bit about her journey and how Healing House has benefited her.
Yeah, hi. As you know, my name is Candy, and I came to the Healing House in November. My journey was a little bit different. They had gone into recovery last March, and with going into recovery, I started out with a sober home and outpatient treatment. I actually met the Healing House at a booth at the State Capitol Recovery Walk in September, and actually went up to them and said, "Oh, I wish I would have known about you sooner," before I lost my other kids a few years ago, never knowing that a few weeks later I would find out that I was pregnant. So with knowing my past history, I had been in addiction for 14 years. This time around it came with being from the doctors. It was legal, my name was on it, it was prescribed, but I didn't identify with addiction. So losing my kids, I realized I wanted to do things differently. So I came here and reached out to some previous graduates, and I didn't know if I'd qualify because I was already 7 months sober, and I had just gotten sentenced to probation. I thought, how am I going to keep a child with my past and my history? So I actually got an interview with Miss Mickey, and she's the director here. She did my interview, and she's like, we typically don't take people at 7 months recovery, but there's too many reasons to say yes. So that's how I came here. And since then, these last 6 months have been incredible, because surrendering the car and the phone were the biggest things. The phone wasn't such a big deal, but my vehicle. And in that, though, I had to learn to not only receive help, but to ask for help and not feel like a burden to somebody, knowing it was part of the program. It also has brought me to a place of being able to overcome triggers in this area, where I've gotten to go out with women and I've gotten to overcome some of those anxieties that I've had. But also it's helped me not to live in such perfectionism, where I was just like, I have to do things a certain way. And so now I've been able to just take that guard down and heal deeper. And back in February, I was actually going to leave. I'm like, oh, I got a plan. I've got this all figured out. I'm going somewhere else. And Mickey so gently said, I think you're trying to run. I'm like, okay, fine. I'll finally surrender. So right after that came my breakthrough, and I'm really grateful that I stayed. But I had a plan B figured out. When I graduate next month, I'm leaving again. So it was actually the Healing House has taught me how to surrender and to stay present, because I'm no longer leaving after I graduate. I'm due to have a baby here in a couple of weeks, and I'm grateful for the support and the community, the accountability. And like probation said, they were like, you didn't have support before, did you? So I realized for once I got to make the decision and not run and not jump to something else yet, but I get to stay here. And now I'm excited because I get to love on all the other women that come into the program, that come in like day one, and just be present for them and pray with them and just be there. Like, this is where I get to be, and I'm grateful I can stay here up to 2 years, because in that it gives me a safety net. It gives me structure and lots of love.
Exactly. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you, Candy.
Yes.